This is Jonathan Agov here for ProBoxingFans. I'm up here in Sheffield. I've bumped into Liam Williams here at obviously your stablemate Kell Brook and Kid Galahad fighting on Saturday night. Let's first talk about Kell Brook. That press conference, very fired up. He says the hunger's back. He's feeling great. He's not cutting corners. Yeah, what do you make of that? And you must have seen it firsthand in the gym.
Yeah, you know, from what I've seen Kell in the past before he left the Ingels gym, and I've seen him since he's come back. So for me, he's like as if he's turned himself over a new leaf, you know, and he's genuinely, you know, he's really dedicated himself, and he's working super hard, and it's actually the best I've seen him in the gym, you know. So I'm excited for Saturday because I think he's really going to put on a good performance.
I mean, how much do you dedicate that sort of Don Ingels as well, being back in, well, returning to the gym, Kell? How much has Don Ingels as well played a part in that?
Yeah, of course that. Excuse me. That says a lot with Dom as well. You know, Dom's got him back firing again, back on the ball, and Dom's outstanding. You know, he's a fantastic coach, and look what he's done for myself. You know, obviously partly I've had to put a lot of hard work in and graft away, but he's got a lot to do with my success as well of recent. So fair play to Dom. He deserves all the credit in the world.
Should Kell come through this, he's talking about obviously becoming a two-time world champion. Would you see that happening in 2020, that world title fight? Maybe 3 world title fights in the Ingels gym this year?
Yeah, who knows? I think I definitely deserve my own shot now, and things are getting worked on behind the scenes, and hopefully have some news, you know, yesterday. You know, if it was up to me, I would have already known by now. But I mean, I believe Barry's going to win. I believe Kell's going to win. So in 2020, there's probably going to be 3 world titles in the Ingels gym. So fingers crossed, and as long as all goes well, that'll be the case.
Just before I get on to you, I do want to talk, as you mentioned, you believe Kid Galahad's going to win. Very tough fight on Saturday night against Claudio Marrero. What do you think's the difference between the pair?
I haven't seen a massive amount of Marrero, but I've seen a couple of clips, obviously, since it was only recently I even knew his name, who Barry was fighting. I'd seen a little bit of him, but so I'm one of these who I really look into fights, and I love watching boxing, so I looked a little bit deeper into it, and I've seen he's very gutsy, game as they come. He can punch. I just believe what separates him is Barry's skill, his patience in the ring, punch picking, accuracy. You know, Barry's got it all, and right now I'm not just saying this because he's in my gym, but Barry's genuinely my favourite fighter. Obviously, outside of, I've obviously got the fighters I like to watch, Americans, but in Britain, Barry's my favourite fighter to watch. I watch him sparring in the gym every other day, and sometimes I'm genuinely I'm fascinated with the things he can do, and he never fails to impress me. So I'm excited for Barry. I fully believe he's going to be world champion.
Right, let's move on to you. December, fantastic win over Atlantis Fox. Huge knockout, which, as we spoke, a lot of people didn't think that was going to happen. How do you reflect on that now you've had time to sort of assess it?
I in my own heart, I fully believed I was going to do that anyway. I thought maybe he was going to go a little bit longer, but I knew. I clipped him in the first round. I clipped him in the right hand, and I didn't fully land. I didn't hit him flush, and I seen the fear in his eyes. He just thought, shit, I can't be taking these, you know, very often. So I knew if he felt that way about it in the first round when he's fresh and, you know, firing on all cylinders, that what was he going to be like after 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds? I just knew we weren't going to go the distance, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go in for the killer. I'm going to finish this guy.
Now, as you mentioned, we're expecting fight news soon. Looks to be a massive April 18th card. Not yet announced, but we're expecting an announcement soon.
Yeah, I won't be on April 18th. I don't know when my date is likely to be. I'm thinking May, but I'm not a promoter, I'm not the manager, so I'm back. I only had 2 weeks off the gym, and I only actually had a week off of doing nothing. So I started taking back over after a week. 2 weeks I was back here in Sheffield, and I've been back in the gym for 4 weeks now, training twice a day, most days, so I'm just ready. I'm excited for my future roles, and I fully believe that this year I'm going to be a world champion.
Now, I know you watched that Demetrious Amjad fight the other night. I saw you call him out afterwards against Luke Keeler. What did you make of his performance? He obviously landed the knockdown in the first 10 seconds and then knocked him out later on. What did you make of the performance?
It was an okay performance, like maybe 6 or 7 out of 10. Obviously, he rushed him a bit at the start, caught him a bit cold, I feel. He couldn't do that to me because, I don't know why, but he just couldn't do that to me. I feel it was a decent enough performance. He got the win, and fair play to him. He deserves to be world champion. He's had some good wins. He's 2-time world champion, and but I just don't feel he's good enough to beat me. So if I get my opportunity against Demetrious Amjad, then that belt's coming back on with me.
I mean, how realistic are those world title fights? We've discussed you've still got your British title, you can defend that, but you've got the likes of Andrade, Charlo. These are all names surely you want by maybe even the end of the year.
100%, I want them all. I want to test myself against the best. I'm not saying that these people couldn't give me trouble. I feel I can knock them all out, but there's a possibility of them knocking me out as well. Do you know what I mean? It's a very high level that we're fighting at, and respect them all. But to be honest, I've got a British title, but I can, if the opportunity presented himself very, very soon, which I can just have a takeover before I fight for the world title, I'll take it. But if not, who knows? I may have to give up or whatever else. But that's just there as a backup for me right now, because I won the big fights, but I'm not going to leave my titles go, because what will I be left with then? Do you know what I mean? Nobody wants to fight me at the moment, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure the team will do their best to get me that big opportunity in my next fight actually, and I'm just crossing everything that we do together.
Will we see a return to Wales if you were to get maybe a world title shot, a big stadium fight perhaps?
It's that would be a dream to me. To come back and win a world title in Wales. So you never know. It's been mentioned, but at the end of the day, all the champions are in America. So as a challenger, I can't really expect them to come here. I'm happy to go to America, and I'll fight any one of them anywhere.
Final one, the big rematch coming up in Vegas, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Have you had a chance to sort of weigh that up? How do you see that one going?
Yeah, I've been asked by a few people, and I fully believe Tyson's, in terms of ability and skill, he's head and shoulders above Deontay Wilder. And I think the majority of people, pretty much anyone outside of Wilder's team or fans of his would probably say that. But you've got to give him credit. He's got absolutely immense power, and it's going to be a difficult job to stay away from him for 12 rounds and not take any flush shots. So we'll see. It's one I'm really interested in, and I'm looking forward to watching the fight myself.
I mean, do you think Tyson Fury can knock him out? He is threatening a very early knockout.
I don't see why not. He's got decent punch power of himself. He's nowhere near the massive puncher which Wilder is, but he's got the skill and the ability to go along with it. So I think who knows? I think maybe he could, but most people with any sense of boxing would either pick a Deontay Wilder knockout or Tyson Fury points. That's just kind of the way everybody's seeing it, and I'm the same myself.
Brilliant stuff, Liam. Thanks very much for talking to Pro Boxing Fans. Catch up with you soon.
Cheers.